to new chapters.
You know what would be a great new focus? A wedding.
Feel free to plan a wedding, just not mine.
I am toasting to something before we leave here tonight.
Oh, guys, from Stranger Things to Bernie the Dolphins and now Netflix's Sweet Magnolias. What started as modeling and commercial work laid the groundwork for our next young guest, actor Logan Allen. Happy you're with us, all the way from Orlando.
All the way from Orlando. Thanks for having me out.
Even though we're talking about Hollywood, I love that you are a local guy. What's going on? How are you this morning?
I'm doing well. You know, this is the week. We got it dropping Thursday, the 6th, man. It's season 4, Sweet Magnolias. You know, we filmed season 1 in 2019, so it's just a big buildup now of 6 years. We're finally here for season 4, so I'm very excited.
And you know what? So many times you talk to actors and people talk about how close the cast has gotten. I'm assuming someone like yourself who's in the process of, you know, doing these big shows, especially on the streaming services, you're in that place where you're climbing. So it's got to be nice, too, that you've got like a family and you're like, okay, yeah, this is definitely what I want to keep doing, I'm assuming.
100%. You know, it's crazy. With this set in particular of this show, there's a real like family dynamic, which I feel like is rare. You ask any actor on the show, it's truly special. And I think when it comes to a show that's about family, community, and friendship, it's important to have that dynamic offset. And we're all super close. You know, actually a lot of Florida people. Joanna's local to Tampa as well. We have like 3 other cast members from Florida, so it's pretty funny.
I love hearing that. And actually, let's bring her up a little bit. She's the star of the show, as a matter of fact. I have been on the sidelines of an Ohio State football game with her before, because I think her husband, Nick, played baseball at Ohio State. You gave me a Go Gators, though, before we started.
All day.
I put my Buckeye mug over there. And you know what, too? I talked about Bernie the Dolphin's movies. Weren't those filmed around this area, too?
Yes, man. We filmed in Clearwater, St. Pete, all around there. And then we also filmed up in St. Augustine, but mainly around here on the beaches. Oh, there was another Fort DeSoto as well. We were down there for some stuff. So yeah, I think I was on this show back in like 2018, 2019 to promote the first one.
Nice. I do remember that. I was going to say, and we were even talking about the COVID years too, how it's even changed. I know it's changed our show when we have so many elements that are still done virtually, how it's changed acting for you.
Yeah, it's, I mean, because we were just talking about that with self-tapes. You know, everything's kind of digital now, which there's an element that's great because I don't have to live in LA or New York. I can kind of stay. I love Florida. I love this place. And, you know, there's also the element of like, I like being in person. I like doing these. There's just a deeper connection rather than just through a screen. But it's definitely more, you know, I can be more versatile because I can also audition while I'm filming something. Like, for example, we filmed Sweet Magnolias in Atlanta, and like I can audition for stuff in LA. Just in my apartment in Atlanta when I'm filming. So there's definitely a dynamic there that's nice as well.
You know what's interesting, Logan, and getting to know you a little bit, so many times when you talk about young actors who started young, you started commercial modeling, that Stranger Things, that kind of thing, you know, you want to worry about like being grounded and, you know, growing up. You grew up on a farm though, right?
Yeah. Oh, I was grounded.
I mean, talk about this dynamic. I don't think there's too many farm boys that are making it in Hollywood.
Man. No, unless we got Matthew McConaughey and that's about it.
All right.
I actually just read Greenlights, his book, which is really good. I love that. But yeah, so my dad is very country, very southern. He grew up doing rodeo and all that. And then my mom's very city. So I kind of have both elements, which is nice. And so, yeah, you know, I'll go from filming a TV show to going back home and, you know, shoveling poop up, you know, from the horses and all that. And so, yeah, it's definitely a very humbling experience, but I love it. You know what I mean? It keeps me grounded. It keeps me down to earth and keeps me in the present. Because obviously all this can be a lot.
Look, we just had a miniature horse on earlier. We should have had him around for that. We didn't have any accidents. But, you know, and overall, though, as we're getting ready to wrap up, and I want to push, of course, Sweet Magnolias, you know, just getting ready to drop here this week. Overall, I love to get advice because I feel like acting is one of those things that it's definitely hard to get your foot in. You know, once you do, you can't let up on the gas. You want to keep going for those roles. What do you tell someone, you know, someone who's young, who's like, yeah, maybe they've got it. How do you keep going? What do you say?
Well, there's just a lot of rejection in the industry. I feel like that's the hardest point. You know, I've probably only gotten like 5% of all the auditions I've done.
Really?
You know, the interesting thing for me, I would say, is you look at a lot of actors like Morgan Freeman, for example, didn't really get going until he was in his mid-40s. I think early 50s, something crazy like that. And so we all have our moment. I just got lucky that it kind of happened quick for me. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the actors I work with, it takes a long time. So if you have to truly love it. If you don't love it, don't go after it. If you're going after it for the money, whatever it is, don't do that. But if you do have a passion for it, don't let anything stop you and just seek the opportunities that come your way.
What do you love about it?
The people.
Yeah.
The people. I mean, getting to meet people like
I know we're out of time, but I just had to ask that follow-up.
The people like Joanna and everyone you get to meet.
Yeah.
I mean, just beautiful people. And like I said, being on a set like Sweet Magnolias, which everyone go watch at season 4.
Yes.
It is. It's truly special. And we have a true family dynamic, which I think you can see that when you watch the show.
Good stuff. Thanks for coming back in and seeing us.
Thanks for having me.